Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to the personality test. Now, if you know, there are certain, categories of personality that can be divided into certain individual qualities. Some are opposing, some are complementary to each other, and each of them outlines into these 4 overarching categories, each with 4 subcategories. Now, this is not fact. This is obviously an idea. It's a theory of how to categorize people's personalities, but at the same time, everybody's personality is going to be slightly different from person to person, even if they fall in one of these categories. But you guys seem to want to know what kind of person I am, so I'm going to answer this quiz for you. And thankfully, there's no punishment for getting it wrong, and I don't have to make a bet, so that's good. To get started, it takes less than 12 minutes. You gotta answer honestly, so I'm gonna be answering as honestly as I possibly can, and then I'm not gonna do any neutral answers. There will be no neutrality here. It's all going to be 100% me and my test. Number 1. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. Does hello everybody when I shout it to the entire internet count as introducing myself? Because I'm pretty sure I got that down on lock. Please don't show how many times I have to redo my intros. Hello everybody. 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 Nah, I'm good. You often get so lost in thought that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I have ADD, which means that I get a little spacey sometimes, but not so much that I forget my surroundings. I have a certain level of clutter that I'm comfortable with, and I think it's only acceptable because I forget it, but this doesn't happen too often, so I'd say it's not neutral. Yeah, that's probably more right. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. Huh. No. It'll be weeks before I get back to some people. Even my best friends, I'll text them 2 days later. So, sorry, I'm bad about that. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when there's some pressure. Yeah, actually, I'm great under pressure. I work better under pressure than I do without pressure because with pressure, I have deadlines. And with the eagerness to get something done to really show that I can do it, that helps me stay focused. It is awesome. You do not usually initiate conversations. That actually is me. I may be bombastic and, exclamatory at times, but I usually don't say the first word when it comes to people. I don't reach out to my friends and text them on a regular basis, and that maybe you might be going what? I can't even fathom that. Checking in on your friends is like a regular thing, but it's not to me. It's just not something I think about. It's something that takes a lot of mental effort to actually do. So I gotta go with that. I agree on that one. I'm an introvert. Honestly, I'm an introvert. So that's just me. You rarely do something out of sheer curiosity. I'm always curious. I do everything out of sheer curiosity. I don't got any other qualities. You feel superior to other people. What? Me? What? Whatever. No way. Okay, anyway. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. Adaptable is everything. It's the only thing. It's everything I've got. You're usually highly motivated and energetic. Yeah, usually. Sorry, burpee. Sorry, does that count as motivated and energetic? Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. I usually like to play the mediator in those situations. I love a good debate, but usually I don't want to go out of my way to make sure that someone's upset. I mean, naturally in debate that's gonna happen, so I don't mind that, but there's always common ground to be found. So I'd go with this disagree, that level of disagree. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. No, God, I never need to justify my actions. I mean, I may apologize for them and acknowledge the weirdness of my actions, but I won't justify it. It's just me. Your home and work environments are going, no. The opposite. No, way wrong of that. You do not mind being at the center of attention. Yeah, I don't mind it. Kind of happening right now with all of you looking at me incessantly. You consider yourself more practical than creative. I'm pretty practical, but at the same time, what I do is creative. No, actually, no, that's complete bollocks. I am all about practicality. I am minimalist to a T, so that's probably me. People can rarely upset you. Agree. In all honesty, what gets said to me very rarely upsets me. People can say whatever they want about me. People can not like my videos. People can not like me as a person. I won't care. I literally couldn't give a shit. But if it's my friends talking to me, if my friends giving me advice, or my friends saying something that does hurt my feelings, that could hurt my feelings because obviously I trust their opinion. So if they're saying something that's negative towards me, then I'm like, well, fuck, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm an asshole. I gotta rethink about this. So that's usually how that goes. But rarely. Your travel plans are usually, woof. Does booking a flight the day prior count as well thought out? Does packing my suitcase as I'm running out the door count as well thought out? I don't think so. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. No, I'm excessively empathetic. Like, I am really, God, I'm really empathetic. I may not, like, again, I'm spacey, but at the same time, like, when there's something I feel for, like, I really feel for it. And your mood can change very quickly. Nah, usually takes a lot to get me from A to B, so... Oh, disagree, sorry. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Oh, God, yeah, truth. In all things, truth. Truth matters above everything. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. No, I worry. I worry a lot about what I do and how they affect people. Yeah, I gotta go with disagree on that one. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than a methodical. Yeah, that's the one. That's the randomness and the energy, that's me. You're often envious of others. You're often envious of others. Not really. No, I'm pretty happy where I am. I'm pretty happy with what I have. I'm pretty happy with who I am, so I don't find a purpose in being envious of other people. Like, I got what I got and I'm lucky to have it. So, and everyone else has what they have, and they may have more or less, but, you know, I'm content with what I got and who I am. An interesting book or video game is often better than oh, fuck yeah. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. Yes. This is something that I've actually learned recently. Because it used to be I appreciate improvisation above anything else, and I love improv comedy, and I love making stuff up on the fly. But also I've learned that the better part of making a project come true is having a nice plan. So I'm gonna go with, it's against my nature, but I'm learning, so I'll go with this little squig right there. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. Nah. I idea and fantasize all the time. You often find yourself lost in thought when you're walking in nature. Oh, hell yeah. If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. Nah, I never say anything wrong. What could I say? It's me they're talking to. How bad could it possibly be? No, I assume they're like me and don't get back to people. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart. Ooh, does it have to be a choice? I want him to be smart, I guess, but kind is good too. But what if they're an evil genius? Oh, that might be kind of cool. Maybe. That's a dumb question. That's a dumb question. The way I see it, and my way to smart my way through it, is that if they are smart, maybe they'd figure out being kind all on their own. I don't know. I'm assuming this means they're either smart and an asshole, or kind and kind of dumb. I'll go with smart. Yeah, I'd rather see smart. You do not let other people influence your actions. I'm pretty bullheaded. I will readily admit I am bullheaded to a T. It's like I have an idea and I want to do that and I want to commit to it, and it's hard for me to deviate from that. But I'm learning. There's no way I can convince that learning. Like, I don't know. In a grand scheme of things, I'm pretty steadfast in what I want to do, so if I was being honest to the quiz, and honest who I am, and even though I've learned to appreciate the input of others, like, I'm confident in my actions, so that's me. Your dreams tend to focus on real world and its events. Yeah, pretty much. It's never really fantasy stuff, except for the nightmares. I guess those are real world stuff anyway. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social life. Ugh, no. You're more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Yep. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yeah, no. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress-up or role-play activities. I've never done that in my life. I've never gone to a role-play social dress-up orgy. No, that's not something I've done. But I wanna! That sounds awesome! Why wouldn't I do that? I love it. There was one time when we were having a Halloween party back in college, and I was the only one that dressed up. Don't know what kind of Halloween party guy goes to that they don't dress up, so I was just... It was fucking when The Dark Knight was released, and I was the only one in the Joker, in the nurse costume, because everyone was the Joker that year anyway. It's not important. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical... You know, I'm gonna go back to that story because it was really funny because I was carrying in a box of beer or something into my friend's house, and I was knocking on the back door, and I was like, they were all in there, and I was like, knock, knock, hey, my arm's full, can you open the door? I can't do it. And they were just all staring at me like, because the fucking Joker was at their back door and they didn't know it was me, and none of them had dressed up, so it just looked like there was a freak as a Joker trying to get into their little party. And then my friends finally let me in and made fun of me literally all night, and that was good times. That was good times. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm all for a good impractical thing, so I don't know, why not? That sounds good to me. See, you would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. Wasn't that just, that's that question. That's the same question. You are a relatively reserved and quiet person. Actually, this is true. My base nature, I've learned to, like a lot of things, I've learned to come out of the shell, but when it comes down to the base person underneath, like, I'm actually very reserved. I'm very quiet. I like my peace and calm. I'm not shouting 24/7, so I completely agree. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. Yeah, I would actually. God, because I have a business technically. I have employees. So it's, I don't think I could do that. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. Nah, I don't think it matters. It matters in the grand scheme of things, but to me, my personal experience in this world, it'll carry on whether I know the answer or not. Whether I have an answer doesn't change the fact that I'm here, still constrained by the rules. You know what I mean? The rules of the universe. And you can bend the rules, and maybe we can come up with technology to change the rules, but until that point comes, why bother worrying about it? I mean, sure, pursue the truth. Pursue the truth in all things. Find out the reason if you really can find out the reason, but in the meantime, don't let it give you an existential crisis. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. Agree. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. Agree. If your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest a way to deal with the problem. No, I'm a fixer. I like fixing things. I mean, I'm there for emotional support, but I'm a fixer. I'm 100% a fixer. You rarely feel insecure. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in me. You have no difficulty coming up with a personal timetable. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Nope, cooperate. You think that everybody's views should be respected regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. Nope, facts matter. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Fuck. That's like the basis of my introversion. I can't get energy from other people. I can't. I get energy from being by myself and alone and doing my own things with my own thoughts. I have to be there. You frequently misplace your things. Agree. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. Agree. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Agree. You would not call yourself a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I'm definitely a dreamer. I have very lofty goals and lofty things that I want to accomplish in life and lofty ideas for the world. I'm a dreamer. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. No! Oddly enough, even though I'm an introvert, I'm very good at talking. I am ludicrously good at talking. I'm great in social situations when I put my mind to it, but it's not my base nature. But oddly enough, being on stage and talking in front of a whole crowd of people, I actually find enjoyable. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a difference between talking to a whole bunch of people and then talking to people on an individual level. When I have to talk to people and get to know them, I'm good at that, but it's not my favorite thing to do, you know? I love being on stage and I love making videos knowing that there's a whole bunch of people watching. I get energy from that. I really do. I love it. But it's like the interpersonal stuff. That's where my introvert nature comes to life. Like, that's really where it is. And it's not like I don't want to do it. I want to meet people. I want to do that. I want to meet you guys on an individual level. But when it comes to that, I don't get energy from it. I just don't. I have to spend energy to do that. And I think that's the key difference in an introvert and an extrovert. But also, speaking in front of people is something that comes very naturally to me, and I enjoy a great deal. So, no, I'm good at that. I don't find it. That's right. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. Nah, it doesn't matter if you have experience, because if you can imagine yourself where you want to be, then at least you have a road to get there. And then your willpower can take you the rest of the way. So, I don't have a lot of experience in a lot of things that I do, but I believe that I can. And sometimes that's all you need. You worry too much about what other people think. Nah, they can think whatever they want to think. Who cares? If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. I usually just find wherever there's a comfortable seat. It depends on the room, too. So let's imagine it's a room, like a house party. There's a bunch of people everywhere, but there's no furniture. Let's just make that assumption in this weird imagination world that is my house. And then, I don't know. Actually, no, this is weird. This just made me realize I like standing in social situations. I'm a stander. So I like standing, but not against a wall. I like standing right in the middle. And it's not for any, sake of being the center of attention. I just like standing where there's the most space. And I will pick that space, and whether that's the center or the wall, I have no idea. So I disagree on this. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything. Yeah. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. Nah, again, great in stressful situations. I love it. I love being in stressful situations. It motivates me to no end. You believe that it's more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. That's a good question. Because I believe powerful in this sense, what does that even mean? But I'm gonna assume that means influential. Or, can command respect, or something to that effect. Now, you can have power and you can be liked, but I'm assuming this means that you have power and you're not liked, or you're liked and have no power. So, in my all honest, state, I don't really mind if people don't like me. I get that, because I like me. I like me. I like who I am, and I like what I'm doing. And sometimes I get bogged down and I get sad and I question where I'm going, but that's only because I'm reevaluating and looking in on myself and seeing if I'm in the place I want to be. And if I'm not, I change that. So I guess I would have to, by my nature, say that I find it's more rewarding to be powerful, I guess. Not that I crave power, but just because the opposite answer isn't true. So, you've always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things, e.g. in books, art, or movies. Wait, that's not unconventional. That's not unconventional at all. I mean, yeah, I like me some good books and movies, and I can appreciate me some good art. Modern art I'm on the fence of, but, I can appreciate it. And I guess I gravitate towards those things, and video games as a medium, Yeah, I guess I could say that. If you call those unconventional and ambiguous, you often take the initiative in social situations. Again, here's where my weird nature comes in, because if it's a social situation where I need to take the initiative, like a convention, or a meet and greet with you guys, or a panel, I gladly take center stage. I will do that, and I'll be there. I'll make introductions. If I'm in a meeting, I'm gonna be the first one to try to remember everybody's name and shake everyone's hand. Because I like giving off a good impression, and that overcomes my nature of wanting to be an introvert. So, my desires overtake certain natures, and each one will play a different role in different situations. So I would take the initiative. And with that, that is the last question, and therefore, we're ready for an answer. You all ready to be astonished by what I is? In this super scientific survey of epic proportions, and here we go! Bam! I'm a debater. I don't know what that means. I'm a debater, which is an ENTP-A. It means that I like this because it ranks your extroversion and introversion, because I think we all need certain levels of social situations. We need certain levels of isolation time. And so, they vary from person to person. We direct our mental energy towards the intuitive or the observant. So I get a lot of my energy, I guess, from my mind. I come up with my ideas, and then my nature is very much thinking, but still feeling. Like I do feel, like it's not like I am completely numb to what other people think or like what I feel, because obviously you guys know this from all the crying videos I have put on my channel here. But I'm very logically oriented. I've always said that. Tactics. Yep, I'm bad at planning. I'm pretty sure that's all what it is. I don't plan. I just make it up as I go along. And then identity, I'm 100% assertive. I'm 100% assertive? I mean, I get I'm 97%. I don't have a plan 97% of the time, but I'm 100% assertive? How dare you? Let me point out why you're wrong about that. I'm the least observant. Fuck it. Yeah, they're right. I don't know what that means to anything. Oh, here we go. Follow the path of the unsafe independent thinker. Expose your ideas to the dangers of controversy. Speak your mind and fear less the label of crackpot than the stigma of conformity. On issues that seem important to you, stand up and be counted at any cost. I don't know what this means. Anyway, it's the ultimate devil's advocate. Oh boy. Thriving on the process of shedding arguments into belief in letting the ribbons drift in this wind for all to see. Fuck does that mean? An odd juxtaposition arises with debaters as they are uncompromisingly honest, but will argue tirelessly for something they don't actually believe. What? Stepping into another's shoes to argue a truth from another perspective. Oh, okay, I get it. So that just means that debaters, not me particularly, would see the problem from another perspective. Even if I'm wrong. And that's true. Like, even if I'm wrong, I want to make sure, I like, even if I think I'm right and I'm actually wrong, I want to make sure that I'm right, and I would, see the counterpoint to that. There are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something. Taking a certain pleasure in being the underdog, debaters enjoy the mental exercise in questioning the prevailing mode of thought, making them irreplaceable in reworking existing systems or shaking things up and pushing them in clever new directions. However, they'll be miserable managing the day-to-day mechanics of actually implementing their suggestions. Is that me? That sounds like me, maybe. Okay, all right then. What's my Weird Al, Adam Savage, Sarah Silverman, Mark Twain, great. Tom Hanks, cool. This is a whole grab bag. The Joker! It's all fate! It makes sense! I was the Joker for Halloween! There he is! How the fuck do you know what the fuck are the tests for these not real characters? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Hey, I'm with the Joker, I guess, so that's good. What's my strengths and weaknesses? What's that all like? Cool. Alright, cool. What's my weaknesses? Argumentative? No. Maybe. How dare you? I'm not argumentative. Insensitive? God, no. I'm not insensitive. I'm a little insensitive. This is a bunch of bullshit. This is a load of garbo. This is a bunch of bullshit. Alright, let's see. Career paths. If engineer's on here, I'm gonna be pissed. Bibbidi-boo, ba-ba-ba-boo. Not every career allows this level of unbridled brain power. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's me, all right. Conclusion. Let's just get it all out there. Debaters' intelligence, curiosity, and sound reasoning skills are a force to be reckoned with. Debaters will always be able to find just the right argument, the weakest chink in the opponent's armor, or the way out of a seemingly hopeless situation. Their fearsome debate skills and impressive knowledge allow debaters to overcome many. I think this is just flattering me at this point. I'm not 100% sure that this is true here, but whatever, I guess. Yet debaters can be easily tripped up in areas where careful and rational thinking is more of a liability than an asset. What? Fuck you! Fine! Fuck you! Take some of this, take my ENTP guns here, and fuck them up your ass! Alright, anyway, I guess I'm all done here. You may have muttered to yourself, wow, this is so accurate, it's a little creepy, or finally someone understands me. How do they know more about me than the people I'm closest to? Yeah, whatever, okay. Alright. You're right in some spots, you're wrong in some other spots, which is probably what a debater would say, an ENTPA, whatever, fuck you. So anyway, that's me, I guess. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it is what it says it is. So if you want to take this for yourself, again, take the results with a grain of salt. Like I said in the test, I went by what my base nature is. But I've learned things to escape that, and I've changed over time. So if I took this quiz like 5 years ago, it'd probably be completely different results because I wouldn't have had the experience of being a YouTuber and talking to you guys and learning from you guys and getting those experiences into my own personality. Because, we change. People do. People change, hopefully for the better, sometimes for the worse, but people change. And you can learn different skills. So if I was to answer this based on what I think I am now, it might be different from what I actually am. And who knows what you actually are. A test isn't going to tell that. Life experiences will. So either way, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll put a link to this quiz down in the comments description below. I was right the whole time. And let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of personality you are. I'd love to hear, just in 5 letters, what kind of personality you're boiled down to. And thank you everybody so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!